Hey, Amanda here.
And Chris Lavelle.
And you're watching the Crush Method show. And I'm so excited to share with you some results of an experiment that we've been running in our own business for the last 6 months with some of the marketing tactics that we have been playing with, specifically some of the ones that we've been ditching and getting rid of. We have been running this business for just about 4 years now.
Yep.
And we ran into the same problem that a lot of entrepreneurs run into, which is we were kind of capping out at our revenue.
We kept hitting the same number again and again, month after month. We did that for around a year or more, I think, actually.
Exactly. Now, if I slip up and tell you a number or something in this video, quick disclaimer, we are not accountants. We are not telling you you're going to make any kind of money or
lawyers.
anything. We do not do get rich quick. We're not those coaches. Nope. We talk about business principles and marketing strategy and things like that. So we're happy to tell you what we know.
And it's all dependent on your actions.
It does, and market things and things that are way even beyond your own actions. Right. So we really can't promise anything. So with all that being said, we did want to share with you some things that we learned.
Because we did find some useful things in those 6 months during that experiment. And it began with, for example, trying all kinds of stuff, as Amanda alluded to, and discovering that, well, that might be a bridge too far. Really, maybe there's just a few things that really consistently move the needle for us.
Exactly. I think a lot of people get into online marketing and entrepreneurship for a lot of different reasons, and they see a lot of different things being modeled by a lot of other entrepreneurs. And you wind up with kind of this hodgepodge soup of all the things you could do. And if you're like me, you wind up doing all the things a little bit.
That's right. A little bit of everything and not really doing great with the stuff that you're doing because you're doing so much.
And I was able to have quite a bit of success with high ticket sales, in high ticket coaching sales. And I was able to get quite a bit of success with doing it online, particularly through more relationship-based marketing and conversational sales. Now, that is what we teach. That's what we do in our programs with our students as well. But there's a lot of different ways to make money on the internet, as people will definitely tell you in your social media feed if you've ever looked up how to make money on the internet.
They're happy to tell you their ways.
Absolutely. But what can happen is if you wind up trying to do everything all at once, you wind up on the burnout wheel.
Absolutely. And you go nowhere fast. A little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit in 20 other places. And before you know it, you're not anywhere.
And one of the kind of big, kind of not nice things that happened to me before I ever became an entrepreneur is I dealt with burnout as a corporate employee. Yeah. And if you've ever dealt with burnout, it's horrible. It's really horrible. It led to a lot of anxiety, a lot of depression, a lot of mental health issues, lasting effects. Yep. And so when we were making the pivot into entrepreneurship, first me and then Chris, we just committed, if we're going to make that change, we are not going to do the 24-hour-a-day entrepreneur thing.
No, you were doing 12, 14 hours a day as a consultant. We didn't want to do 12, 14 hours a day in your own business then.
Yeah, I wasn't trading the employee lifestyle for a new job that I created with worse benefits, right? So, and I think that's what a lot of business owners inadvertently do because they tell themselves, oh, well, sometime in the future, they're going to have more freedom. Sometime in the future, they're going to have more flexibility. And I'm recording this. I'm wearing workout attire because I didn't really bother to change out of it.
And I'm in a t-shirt.
And, is that damaging to our brand? Well, our brand is really about freedom and
doing it your way,
about doing things your way and accepting the way you look, the way you feel, and being able to add a lot of value to other people no matter how you look.
And certainly not letting the perfect get in the way of the good.
Yeah, exactly.
And the action you can succeed with in the good.
Now, that all being said, you still have to make some money, honey.
That's right. It is a business after all.
And you still have to be in front of people who are interested in what you have to offer, no matter what you're wearing. And so that means that you have to create content. That means that you have to have a marketing strategy. That means you need to have sales calls, right?
And that could mean, in some people's view, that you got to do these 20 plus different things.
Yep.
Or you can discover what we did, that, there's really only about 3 that move the needle in our business.
Now, we went over all 3 of these in extreme detail in the Coaches Plaza, which is our free group where we do trainings on like this in a lot of detail every single week. And we encourage you to go to the Coaches Plaza to get all 3 of them. But I'm going to give you a quick overview right here, right now. The number one big thing is to have a platform on social media. We really love Facebook groups, which is why we'd love to see you in our Facebook group. Because it's a curated community where you can have a conversation with like-minded people in a more open forum. And we love that.
Well, absolutely. You can create a real culture that's supportive of what you want to do with the people you want to coach. In our case, that's coaches that want to have some great learning to help them move forward in their coaching business, but not go through an icky pitch fest. People selling to them all the time. And that's not what we wanted. So we created a group where we don't do that.
Exactly. Now, there's a lot to making a group work. You know, when we wrapped up the training, we actually got a really good question as we were running out the door kind of thing that I'm going to answer right here on the show. And that is, well, what if I already have a Facebook group and the other 2 things I'm going to share with you here? And I'm still not getting results.
Yeah, it's still not popping for me.
It's not about having the Facebook group. It's knowing what to do with it.
There you go. So it's not just having these 3 things. It's how to use the 3 things, which is, again, something we go into deeper in the training and even in our product offerings as well.
Exactly. That's honestly the thing that we spend the most time on with our clients over and over again is what is the conversation that you're having with your prospective clients, your audience, your avatars, and getting that clarity, getting to that depth of clarity. That's something that I work on with my $40,000 private clients. That's something that I work on, you know, right down to our $4 promotional coaching experience clients. Like that's a really big piece of it. But I would say mechanically speaking, the Facebook group has been really huge at the time of this recording, right?
So that's certainly one of those 3.
Second big one, your email list. Oh my goodness.
Wait, email?
I know.
What? That's decades old.
I know.
Email can't be it. Golly, is it?
I know.
People still have that same email address that they've had for 5, 10, 15 years in some cases.
It's
and
true.
They use it.
They use it. They use email to log into stuff. They use email to check on their receipts, their shipment orders, their confirmation codes. Email is very, very much part of people's daily lives. And so email really is still quite viable as a marketing device and tool.
Email's still king.
The thing about the group, I love the interaction of the group. I love the tech of the group. I love all of the things about the group. And if Facebook changes a policy, I mean...
the group could pop off. It's Facebook's platform. It's not our platform. But the email... well, that's ours.
That's exactly it. And I mean, big platforms change things in sweeping ways all the time.
And retroactively. Oh, by the way, we changed the rule. Yeah, you did something 8 months ago we didn't like.
You could literally wake up and just find out that a whole platform has just completely changed on you overnight. It does happen. And it happens frequently enough that I can say with a lot of certainty that it's probably going to happen in the future, right? So email is one of those things that has endured over the years. And so it definitely makes our list of the top 3 things that you definitely need to have in your business. And again, we spend a lot of time teaching people how to do this because it sounds so simple, right? Like, oh yeah, send emails. What do you say in the emails? Now, in the training that we did in the Coaches Plaza, I gave quite a good little rundown of some of the things you can do there if you want to go and check that out in more detail. And this is also something that we spend quite a bit of time on in our programs and helping our clients to really like dial in their voice and dial in exactly what it is that they're saying in those emails. Third big idea is that you want to have at least monthly bigger deal event. We love doing master classes.
So that's like a webinar, for example. Same thing.
Yeah, same thing. Workshop, webinar, masterclass, presentation.
Webby if you're Australian.
Webby, yeah. So having something that's special and off the Facebook platform, something that's maybe hosted in Zoom or Demio or, there's dozens of other platforms. But it's just a more formalized presentation, more formalized opportunity to stretch your stuff, coach, and be able to demonstrate what you know. Now, with a masterclass, again, you might be like, right, I just need to do a presentation and then I'll be good. Just a word of warning, coach. It does yes, you do need to do the presentation. There is an art to that as well. You know, if it was just easy to just do these 3 things, everybody would do
them
it.
and be successful. Jinx.
Jinx. Yeah.
But clearly, it's not just about having the 3 things. To the question that person shared right as we were coming off that live, it's not just those 3 things. It's how you do those 3 things, the consistency with which you do it, and more that really makes the difference. And that's what we talk about in our programs and in our groups.
Exactly. And I think like the big moral of the story is no matter what you do, whether you're doing a group, whether you're sending emails, whether you're doing master classes, do it with a spirit of helpfulness.
Absolutely.
You know, do it with a spirit of service, and make sure you've got a great offer. And like those are kind of some bonus little tidbits that I'm going to give you here, but I'm going to invite you, come check out the Coaches Plaza.
Join us.
We did a full half-hour training on all of this. We'd love to have you in there, and check out the guides section for even more trainings just like this. We'll see you in the group.
All best, Coach. Mwah.
Bye.